Hey there, Srinidhi. Welcome to our personalized podcast episode made just for you. I'm Sofan, and I'm joined by my brilliant co-host, Bob. We're thrilled to have you here.
It's a pleasure to share this space with you, Srinidhi. Today, we're diving into a topic that's crucial for bloggers looking to monetize their content: maximizing ad revenue. I've done extensive research on this subject, and I'm excited to share my insights with you. Mastering ad revenue requires a solid understanding of key concepts, effective strategies, and the right tools. In this episode, we'll be covering the fundamentals of ad revenue, like CPC and CPM, as well as introducing you to some of the top-performing ad networks out there. We'll also explore ad placement strategies and techniques to optimize your blog traffic for increased revenue potential.
Sounds like an informative episode. Let's dive right in, shall we?
Absolutely. Let's get started. All right, Srinidhi, let's kick things off with the basics. When it comes to ad revenue, there are two key concepts you need to understand: CPC and CPM. CPC, or cost per click, is a performance-based model where advertisers pay publishers each time a user clicks on one of their ads. On the other hand, CPM, or cost per mil, is based on impressions. Advertisers pay for every 1,000 times their ad is displayed, regardless of clicks, focusing more on brand exposure and reach. Now let's talk numbers. According to recent data, average CPC rates can range from around $50 to $5, depending on the industry and ad network. For example, the legal industry tends to have higher CPCs, averaging around $6.75, while the travel industry sits at about $1.53. As for CPM, rates typically fall between $2 and $10 or more, with some premium ad networks offering even higher rates for targeted audiences. So, how do bloggers tap into these ad revenue streams? That's where ad networks come into play. Google AdSense is one of the most popular options, providing a simple way for bloggers to monetize their content by matching ads to your site based on your content and visitors. You earn money when users view or click on those ads. In fact, according to Google, AdSense paid out over $10 billion to publishers in 2021 alone. Ezoic is another notable network that uses AI technology to optimize ad placements and layouts for maximum revenue and user engagement. They claim that publishers can expect average revenue increases of around 50 to 250% when using their platform. But how do these ad networks actually work behind the scenes? It's a complex process, but essentially, ad networks like AdSense and Ezoic use real-time bidding systems, or ad auctions, to determine which ads are shown on your site. Advertisers bid on ad space, and the highest bidder wins the placement. As for revenue sharing, it varies by network, but generally, publishers receive a percentage of the ad revenue generated, typically around 50 to 70%. Having a solid grasp of CPC, CPM, and how ad networks operate empowers bloggers to make informed decisions about their monetization strategies. As Yuri Tiemann, a growth advisor who's worked with companies like Grammarly and Canva, notes, successful bloggers and content creators often leverage a combination of ad revenue models and networks to maximize their earnings potential. It's all about finding the right mix for your specific niche and audience. By mastering these ad revenue basics, bloggers can lay the foundation for a profitable and sustainable content business. But this is just the beginning. As we move forward, we'll explore effective ad placement strategies to help you optimize your blog for increased revenue.
That's a wealth of information, Bob. I'm sure Srinidhi is eager to learn more.
Absolutely, Sofan. Building on this foundation, we'll dive deeper into the world of ad placement and optimization. But before we do, let's take a moment to recap the key takeaways from this section. Understanding CPC and CPM, familiarizing yourself with top ad networks like Google AdSense and Ezoic, and grasping how these networks operate are essential steps in maximizing your ad revenue potential as a blogger. Now, with these basics under our belt, let's explore how strategic ad placement can take your earnings to the next level. All right, so now that we've covered the basics of ad revenue, let's dive into the nitty-gritty of ad placement strategies. I mean, this is where you can really make or break your earnings as a blogger.
I'm sure Srinidhi is eager to learn more about optimizing ad placements for maximum impact.
Definitely. Ad placement is one of the most crucial factors in determining your click-through rates and overall revenue. In fact, A study by Google found that ads placed above the fold receive 73% of ad viewing time. That's a huge difference compared to ads that require scrolling. Now let's talk about some specific strategies. First up, above the fold placements. These ads are prime real estate because they're the first thing users see when they land on your page. ESPN found that placing mobile ads above the fold led to a 23% increase in clicks, according to a case study by Google. But it's not just about placing ads anywhere above the fold. You want to strike a balance between ad visibility and user experience. Too many ads can be overwhelming and actually hurt your SEO. Google's guidelines recommend using the better ad standards to ensure a positive user experience. Another effective strategy is using in-content ads. These are ads that are seamlessly integrated into your blog posts, like between paragraphs or in the middle of your content. When done right, these ads can feel more organic and relevant to your readers. Mediavine, a popular ad network, found that in-content ads can generate 59% more revenue than traditional sidebar ads based on their analysis of over 1,000 websites. Now, with the rise of mobile browsing, responsive ad units have become a must-have. These ads automatically adjust their size and format to fit different screen sizes and devices. Google reports that responsive ads can see up to 10% more clicks and 5% higher CTRs compared to static ads, according to their Responsive Ads Best Practices Guide. Let's look at some real-world examples. Successful bloggers like Alex and Lauren use a combination of above-the-fold ads, in-content ads, and sidebar ads. By diversifying their ad placements and optimizing for user experience, they've seen significant increases in their click-through rates and overall revenue, as mentioned in their income reports. Another blogger, Matthew, focuses heavily on in-content ads and has reported a 70% increase in ad revenue after implementing this strategy, according to his case study on ad optimization. So, how can you put these strategies into action? First, experiment with different ad placements and track your results. Use tools like Google Analytics and heat mapping software to monitor your click-through rates and user engagement. Don't be afraid to try new things and adjust your approach based on the data. It's also important to stay up to date with industry trends and best practices. As Ariel Jackson, a brand strategist who's worked with Google and Square, notes, the digital landscape is constantly evolving. What works today might not work tomorrow. By staying informed and adapting your ad strategies, you can stay ahead of the curve and maximize your revenue potential. One final tip: don't forget about the power of A/B testing. By creating two versions of your ad placements and comparing their performance, you can make data-driven decisions about what works best for your blog. Tools like Google Optimize make it easy to set up and run A/B tests.
That's a wealth of information, Bob. I'm sure Srinidhi is taking notes and ready to implement these strategies on their own blog.
Absolutely. The beauty of ad optimization is that it's a continuous process of experimentation and refinement. By staying curious, tracking your data, and being willing to adapt, you can unlock the full potential of your ad revenue. And that's how you can leverage different ad placements to boost your earnings. Now, let's talk about how partnering with high-paying ad networks can further optimize your revenue. All right, Srinidhi, let's dive into the world of high-paying ad networks. These are the powerhouses that can really take your blog's ad revenue to the next level. I'm talking about networks like Raptive, Mediavine, and Monumetric. Let's start with Raptive. Formerly known as AdThrive, Raptive was founded by Nate and Lindsay Johnson, who were bloggers themselves. They really understand the needs of content creators. In 2020, Raptive was acquired by Cafe Media, and just last year, they rebranded to their current name. What sets Raptive apart is their focus on publisher success. They offer a wide range of ad formats and provide expert support to help you optimize your ad placements. In fact, according to their case studies, some publishers have seen revenue increases of over 300% after joining Raptive. Next up, we have Mediavine. They're known for their high RPMs and emphasis on user experience. Mediavine works closely with publishers to create custom ad strategies tailored to their niche. One thing I love about Mediavine is their strong community aspect. They have this exclusive Facebook group for publishers where you can connect with other bloggers, share insights, and get support from industry experts. It's a really valuable resource. Now let's talk about Monumetric. They're a great option for bloggers with moderate to high traffic. Monumetric offers different program tiers based on your traffic levels. Their Propel program starts at just 10,000 monthly page views, which is perfect for smaller bloggers. As your traffic grows, you can move up to their Ascend, Stratos, and Apollo tiers, each with their own perks and benefits. Monumetric is known for delivering higher RPMs compared to other networks like AdSense. In fact, one blogger I know saw a 200% increase in RPMs after joining Monumetric. When it comes to choosing the right ad network for your blog, there are a few key factors to consider. Traffic requirements are a big one. Raptive requires a minimum of 100,000 monthly page views, while Mediavine's threshold is 50,000 sessions per month. Monumetric's Propel program starts at 10,000 page views, so it's a good option for bloggers who are just starting out. Payment schedules and minimum payouts also vary among networks. Raptive has a net 45 payment schedule and a low minimum payout of just $25. Mediavine pays on a net 65 schedule with a minimum payout of $25 for PayPal and $100 for direct deposit. Monumetric's payment schedule and minimum payouts depend on your program tier, but they generally pay on a net 60 basis. It's also important to look at the level of support each network provides. Raptive is known for their hands-on approach and dedicated team of ad optimization experts. Mediavine offers personalized support and a strong focus on user experience. And Monumetric provides a custom dashboard and reporting tools to help you track your ad performance. At the end of the day, the best ad network for your blog depends on your specific niche, traffic levels, and revenue goals. It's crucial to do your research, compare the features and benefits of each network, and read reviews from other publishers in your niche. One way to make this decision is to create a checklist of your top priorities. Think about factors like traffic requirements, payment schedules, ad formats, and publisher support. Rank each factor based on what's most important to you and your blog. Then, evaluate each ad network against your checklist to see which one aligns best with your goals. For example, let's say you're a food blogger with high traffic and a focus on user experience. Mediavine might be the perfect fit. They have a strong presence in the lifestyle and food niches, and they prioritize ad placements that don't disrupt the user experience. On the flip side, if you're a newer blogger looking to maximize your revenue potential, Monumetric's Propel program could be a great choice with its lower traffic requirements and higher RPMs. The key is to continually optimize your ad strategy. Don't be afraid to experiment with different ad formats and placements. Stay up to date with industry trends and best practices. And most importantly, focus on creating high-quality content that resonates with your audience. Because at the end of the day, that's what's going to keep people coming back to your blog.
Thanks for the detailed breakdown, Bob. I'm sure Srinidhi has a much better understanding of these high-paying ad networks now.
Absolutely, Sofan. It can be overwhelming at first, but by taking it step by step and focusing on finding the right fit for your blog, you can really unlock the potential of your ad revenue. The world of blogging is constantly evolving, and it's important to stay adaptable and open to new opportunities. So, Srinidhi, take some time to research these ad networks, think about your own goals and priorities, and don't hesitate to reach out for support if you need it. With the right strategies and partnerships in place, you can turn your blog into a thriving, profitable business. It's not always easy, but it's definitely worth it. All right, Srinidhi, let's talk about the secret sauce to driving traffic and boosting ad revenue. It's not just one thing, it's a combination of SEO, social media, and paid advertising. And the key is to be strategic and data-driven in your approach. First things first, SEO. It's like the backbone of driving organic traffic to your site. You got to focus on creating long-form content. I'm talking 1,500 words or more. None of that short and sweet stuff. Why? Because Google loves in-depth, comprehensive content. But it's not just about length. You also need to be strategic with your keywords. Do your research, find out what your target audience is searching for, and optimize your content accordingly. But here's the thing. It's not just about creating new content. Enhancing your existing content can have a massive impact on your SEO performance. Ethan Smith, an SEO expert, found that adding templates to top-performing articles resulted in a 20 to 25% traffic increase. It's all about identifying those opportunities to optimize what you already have. Now, let's talk about social media. It can be a game changer for driving traffic and growing your audience, but you've got to be strategic about it. Take Figma, for example. Claire Butler, their first GTM hire, targeted Twitter influencers to fuel their user base growth. It's about going where your audience is and engaging with them on their terms. And then there's Duolingo. Gina Gotthilf, their former VP of growth, focused on organic strategies to grow from 3 million to 200 million users. They leveraged social media platforms to promote their content and engage with their audience. It's all about building those authentic connections. But what about paid advertising? It can be a powerful tool, but you got to be smart about it. It's not just about throwing money at the problem. You need to focus on the creative assets. Meltem Kuran Berkowitz, the head of growth at Deal, emphasizes the importance of balancing ad optimization and messaging to combat creative fatigue. It's about constantly testing and refining your approach. And that's where data comes in. Jonathan Becker, a renowned growth marketer, stresses the importance of creative assets in digital advertising. It's not just about the technical aspects. It's about crafting compelling content that resonates with your audience. And you got to track your metrics and optimize your campaigns constantly. So there you have it, Srinidhi, the secret sauce to driving traffic and boosting ad revenue. It's a holistic approach that combines SEO, social media, and paid advertising. And the key is to be strategic, data-driven, and always willing to experiment and adapt. All right, Srinidhi, we've covered a lot of ground today, from the basics of ad revenue to advanced traffic optimization strategies. But if there's one thing I want you to take away from this episode, it's that maximizing your ad revenue is a holistic process. It's not just about slapping some ads on your site and calling it a day. We've talked about the importance of understanding key concepts like CPC and CPM and how they impact your bottom line. We've explored the world of high-paying ad networks and how partnering with the right one can make a big difference in your earnings. And we've delved into the nitty-gritty of ad placement strategies, like how Alex and Lauren use diverse ad placements or how Matthew focuses on in-content ads to boost their revenue. But it's not just about the ads themselves. It's about driving targeted traffic to your site. That's where SEO, social media, and paid advertising come in. It's about creating comprehensive, keyword-optimized content, leveraging social media platforms to engage with your audience, and using data to refine your paid advertising strategies. But here's the thing, Srinidhi. It's not a one-and-done deal. It's about testing, tracking, and optimizing constantly. Use tools like Google Analytics to monitor your traffic and ad performance. Experiment with different strategies and tactics to see what works best for your unique audience. And most importantly, don't get discouraged. Building a profitable blog takes time and effort. There will be ups and downs, successes and failures. But if you stay focused on your goals, keep learning and experimenting, and never give up, you will succeed. So go out there and put these strategies into action, Srinidhi. Test, optimize, and iterate until you find what works best for you and your audience. Remember, we're always here to support you on your journey.
Thanks for joining us today, Srinidhi. We hope you found this episode valuable and informative.
Absolutely. And hey, if you enjoyed this episode, why not share it with a friend or fellow blogger? We'd love to help as many people as possible maximize their ad revenue and achieve their blogging goals.
Until next time, keep learning, keep experimenting, and keep growing.